Tape saturation plugins can be used for more than just adding the characteristics that digital music lacks. They can offer an alternative way of creating effects that you wouldn't expect at first, like flange and overdriven effects. The new Tape, spelled T-A-I-P, by Baby Audio is ideal for this. And at the same time we can check out Baby Audio's new artificial intelligence technology that they've implemented into this new plugin, claiming to give a more realistic and faithful sound than other tape plugins that rely on existing DSP technology. Let's have a listen to Tape in action, and I'll show you it in use on a bass as an alternative to your normal distortion plugins, and then to create some great sounding flange effects. First, a quick look at Tape's interface. You can see it has a sleek, resizable interface that has 3 colour options. And the features are clear and quick to dial in. From the start here, there's a drop-down menu, and there's a wealth of presets on here to go through. So let's have a listen to a few of these. Now, steering away from the DSP technology that most plugins like this use, Tape has gone for a more modern artificial intelligence approach. Where a normal DSP emulation would entail guesstimating the effect of various analog components and their mutual dependencies, Tape can use AI neural networks to accurately decipher the sonic qualities that make a tape machine sound and behave in the way it does. This happens by feeding an algorithm various training data of dry versus processed audio and teaching it to identify the exact characteristics that make up the difference. Once these differences have been learned by the AI, Tape can then apply them to the new audio. And as you can hear, this works incredibly well. Next, let's use Tape as an alternative to a distortion plugin. This can be done by adding a lot of colour and really cranking up the drive. Baby Audio have designed Tape with this in mind, and the way it handles your audio and distorts it sounds fantastic. Okay, so this simple sub bass really comes to life when you dial in some of these settings. First, get the overall drive sounding how you'd like it, then try the input modes and model modes and use the mix to control the overall blend. The hot input gives more of a distorted sound without affecting the output volume. And note there's also an auto gain set in here to keep the output level the same as you add more drive. You can see that's switched on by default. Now, single is a regular tape emulation, and dual creates a series of 2 tape emulations chained together under the hood, each applying half of the drive value. This will add slightly more weight to your signal. Now, the other settings here, like wear, that's to simulate the malfunctioning effects of a tape machine like the flutter and wow. Add in the noise, that can add a bit of hiss. Sometimes this can help with your bass sounds or your other sounds, make them sound fuller. You might also want to avoid it altogether, and I like that this is something you can remove completely. Some tape plugins don't let you do this. And if the tape emulation dulls your sound too much, they've added this presence control here. This allows you to control the high-end attenuation, bringing back some of the brightness. And what's more applicable to the bass sound we're making here is the further control we can have with the high shape and low shape. These sliders let you saturate the low and high end more or less than the rest of the frequency spectrum. Finally, we've got the glue here, which, as you've guessed, is a type of compression, and we can use that to, play around, finish off this great sounding bass we've got. To see a bit more of tape in action, I'll use it on these sounds to create a flange effect. Now this can be done by dialing in the wear, and then you can use the mix to create a classic tape flanging effect. This is caused by the wow and the flutter of the wear, running in parallel with the dry track when the mix is below 100. You can hear that come into play straight away. As you can imagine, that sounds really, really good on vocals and certain synths. I'm very impressed with Tape's AI technology. I think it has a really natural sound. The different ways you can use this plugin means you'll get tons of use out of it. The drive makes your sounds really characterful without getting too dirty. I'll certainly be using it as an alternative to some of my existing distortion plugins. The presets included have been really well made, and I can see myself using many of them in future productions. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button. Check out the description below for links to Tape by Baby Audio and other things of interest. Thanks for watching.
I keep on listening to your love.